What have we here? Another random school of fish. Watch as they mimic each other's every move. Even their own mothers can't tell these fish apart. In this school, there is no room for individualism. These fish live in fear.
We're up with the sun, on the flight line, on the track, in the sky and in the surf. We are serious, intense, fearless. We work hard and we play harder. We are pioneers, travelers, adventurers, explorers. We build the bots, we put the war in rockets. We plan it, we run it. If you can fly it, build it, or lead it, our alumni have done it. We're making waves, competing on brand new planes. We're taking business, medicine, engineering, and flight into space. Extra focus, extra fast, extraordinary. Embry-Riddle.
At the Rick Case Arena on the campus of Nova Southeastern University in Davie, Florida, it is NCAA Division II basketball with the Sharks of NSU. Tonight, the Sharks take on the Spartans of the University of Tampa. Hello, South Florida, and hello, basketball fans, wherever you are. I'm Dave Halberstam, greeting you from our broadcast position at courtside. The team benches are on the far side, the NSU bench to our far right, and the Tampa bench to our far left. And we welcome you to game number 1 of the postseason for the NSU Sharks and to the quarterfinals of the Sunshine State Conference Tournament and to tonight's matchup with Richard Schmidt's Tampa Spartans. NSU closed out the season a week ago tonight with a victory over PBA, 98-76. NSU finished the season with 7 straight wins. That's 7 straight wins since losing up at Florida Southern on the 2nd of February. So the Sharks finished at 24-2, the best basketball record in school history. They are seeded number 1 in the SSC tournament, finishing the regular season with an SSC mark of 18-2. And here at home at the Rick Case Arena, NSU at 15-1. Meanwhile, the Spartans of Richard Schmidt, well, they finished the season 14 up and 14 down. They were 8-12 in the league, 8th place. So the matchup tonight is between the number 1 seed NSU and the number 8 seed Tampa Spartans. Tampa comes in following a loss at Lynn. That was on Saturday, 85-70. They finished the season losing 2 of their last 3. And there you see the brackets for the tournament. NSU number 1 against number 8 Tampa. The winner of the game tonight will take on the winner of the Eckerd-Barry game being played at the same time this game is being played. Eckerd is the host as the upper seed. So the winner of the NSU Tampa game playing the winner of the Eckerd-Barry game. On the lower half, you see the other side of the bracket, the number 2 Lynn team taking on PBA. That game 2 going on right now up at Lynn. And the winner of that game will play the winner of the Florida Southern St. Leo game. All 4 games being played at this point. And the 4 winners emerging, well, they'll converge upon South Florida on Saturday for a semifinal doubleheader beginning at 5 in the afternoon. Well, the Tampa Spartans lined up choir-like facing the flag to our right. The NSU team lined up in front of their bench. And here we are, the national anthem. The playing of our national anthem is a prelude to the start of the ball game tonight between Tampa and NSU in the quarterfinal game of the SSC tournament. The anthem, of course, honoring America, the citadel of democracy, and the greatest country on earth. So that you know going in the history of the SSC tournament, there has never been an upset in games between the number 1 seed and the number 8 seed. So if Tampa is to win the game tonight, well, they would make history in the SSC tournament, a tournament that began back in 1978. And historically, Tampa has won 5 SSC tournaments. Their first in 1984 and their last in 2002. As far as NSU is concerned, well, the Sharks have never even made it to the SSC tournament finals. And fans of the Sharks and the school, of course, hoping that things will change this year. As far as Tampa is concerned, it has been a season of wild swings. They finished the season losing 2 of 3. That came after the team had won 4 straight. And the 4-game winning streak followed a stretch in which they lost 7 in a row. And they have been really hit by injury bugs. One to Pat Bacon, who averaged 10 a game. He's played in just 3 games all year. And Mackay Biffle at 13 points per game, played in only 15 games. So those 2 out has really curtailed the Tampa team. And a good coaching matchup tonight. Jim Crutchfield in his 2nd year with the ball club. Richard Schmidt his 36th year with the Tampa Spartans. Crutchfield, overall in 15 years of coaching, 400 wins. He won his 400th in the victory over PBA on the final day of the regular season. 400 wins, 73 losses. And he has won 85% of the games he has coached, has Jim Crutchfield. Richard Schmidt, he's been around forever, 36 years at Tampa, 38 years overall when you add his 2 years early in his career at Vanderbilt. 709 wins, 395 losses. All right, so the visitors will go with Alberto Moreno and Freddie Ibrahim in the backcourt. Devon Colley, Anthony Gamble, and Marco Downer up front. Gamble, the top gun for Tampa. He averages 17.5 points per game. The Sharks were just introduced. And look who is starting. A little surprise. So first at the guards, it will be Nick Smith and David Dennis. Up front, Mark Matthews, Dwayne Gibson, and look who's back, Connor Zanite. And here's the quote from head coach Jim Crutchfield. There's no doubt about it. Tampa is definitely one of the hottest teams in the league right now. And we played them in Tampa, and we had a hard time, eventually going into overtime with them. So they're going to come out ready to play, and it's going to be a great game. There are no weak teams in this league. Whatever your seed is, you need to be ready to go. And Tampa will be wearing the road red, and the NSU Sharks will be wearing the home white. And Connor Zanite is out there, and single elimination. Do or die for all these teams in the SSC tournament. And stepping in, Marco Downer, number 34, and NSU wins the tip. They work it right to left in the home white. Dennis with the ball. Around to the right of it to Matthews. Fadeaway jumpers on the rim and off. The rebound tapped and taken by Freddie Ibrahim. Ibrahim is a Canadian, and the pass back to Ibrahim is off the mark. He had to lurch and lean to save it in bounds, and Tampa has it in the front court. On the left wing, it is Colley with the ball. Left of the foul circle to Moreno. Now Ibrahim, he gets it to Downer. He too almost fell out of bounds. He turns the hooks around and good. Downer had a good ball game when the teams played up in Tampa. 12 points and 15 rebounds. Smitty with the ball, 2-0 Tampa. Gibson's got it, fakes right, comes left and fires. Hits the rim, bounds way up there. The rebound banged around at a rebounding foul. And it is against David Dennis, banging it to his man. And the ball will go to the Tampa Spartans. As you'd expect, as the SSC tournament begins, the pulses quicken a bit. Head coach Jim Crutchfield looked a little antsy prior to the game, and you can't blame him. All right, Tampa with the ball. Left wing it is with Colley. A lob pass into the right corner over to Gamble, their top scorer. Now this is Moreno into the lane, down the lane. Shot blocked out of bounds by Zanite. Welcome back, Connor. And he gets a greeting from the NSU bench as that block was made. Everybody on the bench popped off their seats and applauded the effort of Connor Zanite. And in the right corner, slipping and falling, is Alberto Moreno, the 6'3 junior. And he turned it over on the walk. Sharks still to score. The women won earlier. They'll move on to the semifinals here at NSU on Saturday. Dennis with the ball, back of the foul line, around to the left of it to Nick Smith. Smitty sways it side to side, gets it over to Zanite. Connor drives in on his man, lost the handle, picked up fortuitously by Matthews. Matthews backpedals to the right sideline, to the edge of the lane. Lunging shot at Dandy. Mark Matthews gets the first 2 points of the night for the NSU Sharks, and it is even at 2. Moreno comes into the front court, drives all the way. Nice pass, a slip pass to Downer, who scores. Marco Downer, the 6'9 freshman from Jamaica. He, too, a good shot blocker, leads the league in block shots. On the right sideline, Smith, 3 if it goes good. Smitty makes pretty. And the Sharks lead it 5-4. Pressure, of course, that's incessant. And if you watch NSU basketball, you'll know that. Gamble with the ball, Gamble to the base. Gamble drives in, blocked from behind neatly by Dwayne Gibson and out of bounds. Substitutions made immediately. Look here. 4 new players coming in, including Pat Huffine. Langford is in. Kolstead is in. As you look at that block by Gibson, and it's inbounded. Tampa gets it in, and the Spartans go to work. Moreno's got the ball. Moreno on the left sideline, tiptoes to the back of the key, Downer the screen. Hangs onto the ball, dribbles between the legs, drives into the lane, throws it out of there on the right. Over to Colley, his running shot, well done. Devon Colley, 6'1 and a junior from Las Vegas. And it is 6'5 Spartans. On the right wing, Huffine gets it out to Langren for 3. On the back rim and off, down to the rebound. He falls down, ball lost, picked up by Puisis. The runner is missed, and the rebound is taken by Tampa. And they work it ahead as Ibrahim grabbed that one. Moreno over the timeline. Moreno to the left sideline. 6-5 Tampa early on. Moreno, a blind pass left to Ibrahim. Blind pass into the right corner to Gamble. He penetrates. He's on the move. He banks it in. It does not count. They have an offensive foul on Gamble as he plowed down the right baseline. Anthony Gamble averaging 17.5 points a game. And there you see the drive. And he threw the elbow into Lucas Langren, who knows how to take a charge. We saw that up in at Lynn when he caused an opponent to commit a technical foul as the teams were headed back to the bench from a timeout. A three-pointer in and out by Puisis, and the rebound over to Downer. Downer, the Jamaican, is the league's leader in block shots. Tampa the ball, and they're up one. Ibrahim is straight away on the front of the rim and off, and the rebound bounces out, and it's chased down by Moreno, who's bumped and fouled by Dennis. And this is an issue. That's now 2 fouls on David Dennis. You'll recall that in the game up in Tampa, a game that went into overtime before NSU won it, David Dennis was suffering from cramps and could not play in the final minutes of regulation and did not return in overtime. So right now, Dennis with 2 fouls. That is a major issue. Well, and for the moment, he is on the floor. On the left sideline it is with Moreno, head of the foul circle, over to Gamble, in deep to Ibrahim, and he sticks it in. And the Spartans are in front, 8-5. Matthews with the ball. Matthews hands it off over to Smitty. On the weave over to Gibson. Gibson's got the ball against Ibrahim. He turns, his one-hander is missed. The rebound is own. He scores. Gibson following through on his own miss. And it is 8-7. Spartans pressure in backcourt, and the ball banged out of bounds by Gibson. It will stick with Tampa. And a timeout, the 16-minute timeout coming at the 15:41 mark. And we'll break for this on the SSC Digital Network.
That's a foul, man. Nah, man, that was all ball. All right, everybody, let's go home.
Basketball's no-brainer. Referees. Barbersol's no-brainer. Finally making razors.
The running of the Bulldogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to Geico.
Great news, Sharks fans. NSU alumni can save even more on Geico Car Insurance with a special discount. Visit geico.com/mydiscount for a free quote today. The number 1 seed against the number 8 seed. NSU to the number 1 seed against the Tampa Spartans, the number 8 seed. And right now, the Spartans lead at 8-7 with 15:41 remaining in the opening half. And David Dennis with 2 personal fouls. And right now, Dennis is not on the floor. So Coach Crutchfield taking Dennis out with those 2 fouls. Tampa with the ball. They loop it over the timeline to Gamble, head of the foul circle it is, with Colley. Colley flicks it left. Grabbed by Moreno, head of the foul circle over to Gamble, around to the right over to Ibrahim. He turns and shoots. He hits. 15-footer from the right of the circle by the senior, Freddie Ibrahim. And the Tampa Spartans lead it 10-7. With the ball, Zanich. He lost the handle. It's picked up by Gamble. Gamble to the right wing. Throws it left. This is Gamble with a shot. It's good from the left wing. He hit a 3-ball. The pass came from Colley. So it was Colley over to Gamble, and Gamble hitting the 3. At the baseline, Matthews, he drives and scores. Mark Matthews with that field goal, and now it's 13-9. And a steal by Gibson. Gibson pulls up. 15-footer is missed. The rebound wrestled for. Grabbed by Zanich. The one-hander not good. And the rebound knocked out of bounds. And Zanite telling the official he was hit on the head, but the official not buying it. Connor Zanite played the one half of one game since he went down with that injury in the home game against the Eckerd Tritons in January. He re-injured the wrist then, and the shot from the baseline is missed by Mark Matthews, rebounded by Downer, and Tampa with the ball. Over midcourt it is with Moreno. Into the lane, his pass knocked away, and they've got another foul against the NSU Sharks. It's 13-9 Spartans, 14-19 to go, and Tampa has come out ready to play. And the ball will be triggered from the baseline by Devon Cawley, the 6'1 junior, and a transfer from Central Wyoming College. Tampa's got the ball, 14-17 to go in the first half. Remember again, although NSU swept the season series, winning both games, the game up in Tampa went into overtime before NSU won it. Gamble in the lane, scores, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Gamble taking that pass underneath the rim, and he was fouled by Zanite. And that's 2 on Zanite, so 2 on Zanite and 2 on David Dennis. Checking into the game is Kolstad, and sitting down is Zanite. 14:06 to go in the first half, and this is Gamble at the foul line. He averages 17.5 points a game. He misses the free throw. It's tipped out and grabbed by Smith. So it's Smith, Matthews, Gibson, Puisis, and Kolstad. NSU the ball down 59, the largest lead so far. Smitty along two. Rims around it, it comes out. The rebound, Downer. The Jamaican player, Downer. Weaving and winding over the timeline. It is Moreno. His driving shots missed. The rebound, Downer. He lays it up and in. Downer had 12 up in Tampa, and he gives the Spartans a 17-9 lead. Puisis with the ball. Puisis comes to the head of the key. Puisis throws it into the right corner to Smith. To the baseline, his pass for Gibson is banged out of bounds by an aggressive Freddie Ibrahim. Ibrahim's from Canada, from Ontario. Ball will be inbounded by NSU. They get it in, down 17-9. Matthews with the ball. Matthews flicks it over to Kolstad. Kolstad's pass underneath from Matthews. Shot blocked, score the goal. A goaltend it is on Tampa. Marco Downer guilty of that goaltend, the 6'9 freshman from Jamaica. He's the top shot blocker for the team and in the league. All right. So the ball's inbounded. And a foul or a travel. It's a travel. Puisis harassing the ball handler Moreno, who walked with the ball. So the turnover, and it goes over to NSU. Sharks down 6, 17-11. Tampa led by as many as 8. Sharks led momentarily by 1. Quarterfinals of the SSC tournament. The winner of the game tonight takes on the winner of the game between the Barry Bucks and the Eckerd Tritons in St. Pete. NSU the ball, and harassed is Smith. He gets rid of it over to Kolstad. Comes down the lane. Shot blocked again by Downer. And the other way. A driving shot is up and good by Ibrahim on a nice pass by Devon Cawley, who threw it right behind him. And it's 19-11. The visitors of Tampa with a lead. Gibson straight away for 3. Bounces around and through. He got a kind shooter's hop to Dwayne Gibson Jr. 19-14 and a steal by Smitty. Goes remind the pass for Gibson, but the alley-oop fails. It comes out of it to Matthews. Underneath, it's grabbed by Smith. He missed the shot, but he was fouled in the act of shooting. Did we give you the officials? We did not. Aaron Chambliss, the veteran. Williams, Freddie Williams, the former cop in Miami, and Landon Brandis. So Brandis, Williams, and Chambliss. Smitty at the stripe for the NSU Sharks. Nick Smith from Pittsburgh, as you know, on the free throw by Smith. An 81% tosser is good, and he gets one more. If you're just joining us, we'll tell you that Connor Zanite started, but picked up 2 fouls. And David Dennis picked up 2 fouls, so He is not on the floor, and Smith hits the next free throw. Into the game comes Pat Huffine, and sitting down is Nick Smith. But that big man in the middle has harassed NSU defensively, Marco Downer. Tampa with the ball over midcourt it is. With Ibrahim, bounces it out to the middle of the floor to Devon Colley. Now a long three by Gamble. Hits the front of the rim. It springs out of it to Gibson. And the bat face into the front court. Gibson to the foul line. Stops on a dime. He turns. His pass inside the lane is stolen away by Bellarmine, who's now in for Tampa. Tampa playing very well on the defensive end of the court. It's 19-16. The Spartans, the number 8 seed in the tournament against the number 1 seed, the NSU Sharks. Gamble with the ball. Gamble to the foul line. Gamble to the lane. He had daylight and scored. Boy, the sea opened, and Gamble took advantage of it. It's 21-16. Three-ball Puis is good. Puis with a three, and he wanted a foul on Colley. Gamble gets it in backcourt over to Colley. Zips it over the timeline to Ibrahim. Blind pass to the baseline over to Donner. He turns. He scores. It won't count. He threw his body into his man, and that's a big body and an offensive foul on Downer. He has 6 points and 5 rebounds. Downer does with a timeout. Things heating up. Richard Schmidt not happy with that call, and he's having a conversation with one of the officials. We'll keep it here during this timeout. It's 21-19. Richard Schmidt, the head coach of Tampa. Well, when they played down here earlier this season, he was tagged with 2 technical fouls in rapid succession, and he was ejected from the ball game. The SSC tournament, it started in 1978. The first winner of the SSC tournament was Central Florida. Yes, of course you know them. They're right in downtown Orlando, and they are a D1 program now, but they were a member of the SSC. They were an original member, a charter member of the Sunshine State Conference. And back in 1978, 41 years ago, Central Florida beat Rollins to win the SSC title. The defending champions, the Eckerd Tritons of Tom Ryan. Eckerd has won the SSC tournament 2 of the last 3 years. Sharks struggling with their shooting, laboring to 7 of 19, 37%. Meanwhile, Tampa 10 of 15 at 67%. Sharks have committed 2 turnovers, and the visitors, Tampa, the Tampa Spartans, have committed 6. And David Dennis still on the bench. He picked up 2 fouls, and head coach Jim Crutchfield took him out of the game here in the first half. Goldstad with the ball. He takes a 3-ball, hits the rim, and it bounds away. The rebound again, Downer. He has been a monster off that board. All right, straight down the middle of the head of the key, it's Moreno. Moreno throws it right to Ibrahim. Back of the foul line. Gamble, he shoots. Good. Boy, he's a silky shooter. A feathery shot by Gamble. Straight away. 24-19, the lead is 5. Gibson to the right elbow. Fires and scores. Dwayne Gibson Jr. He has 7 points in the ball game, more than anyone on the NSU side. Gamble leading everyone with 10 for Tampa. To the forecourt it is with Moreno, guarded by the player from Norway, Kolstad. Now Ibrahim's got it. He goes baseline of it to Downer. He turns up and under one-hander. Good over Mark Matthews. Downer scoring near the rim. He's been tough. It's 26-21 Spartans. Right of the circle, Matthews. Matthews against Downer. Into the lane, pulls up, short fadeaway, blocked by Downer, who tapped it over to Moreno. And Downer is down, and he is holding what appears to be his ankle, and he is writhing a bit in pain. Gamble comes over to ask him how he's doing, as does Moreno. And here comes Freddie Ibrahim. He's still in a sitting position. Downer is on the floor. Downer in this game for the Tampa Spartans, 8 points, 6 rebounds, and he's got at least 3 block shots. And he averages better than 3 block shots a game. Now he gets up and struggling a little bit, walking like an old lady trying on a new pair of shoes. And he hobbles over to the bench, and he will sit at the very end of the bench. Will Downer. Downer is from Jamaica. And, of course, when you think of Jamaica and you think of basketball, the first name that comes to mind is the great Patrick Ewing. All right, 10:01 to go, midway through this first half. It's 26-21. Spartans up by 5, and it is Spartans ball. Downer is on the bench. We'll see what his condition is like. To the attacking end comes Moreno. Moreno's got it against Puisis, who keeps poking the ball, but comes up empty. He drives down the side of the lane and stops, gets it out of there for a Gamble 3. Got it. Gamble continues to score. He has 13 in the ball game. Gamble does. He averages 17.5 a game. It's 29-21 and a steal by Bellarmine. He takes it into the lane, down the lane, and he scoops it up. It drops off the front rim, tipped out by Langren over to Kolstad. Kolstad to the attacking end in front of the Tampa bench. Overheads it over to Puisis. Launches a long 3. On the heel it off, and Bellarmine the rebound. Bellarmine is from the Congo. In a forecourt, Ibrahim. Tampa leading at 29-21. Ibrahim, the senior and a seasoned player. He's from Canada. Dribbles in place, dribbling idly. 9 minutes to go in the half. Into the lane comes Moreno. Driving shot on the side of the rim and off, and Langren the rebound. Lucas Langren from Sweden, a senior. To forecourt to the right sideline, it's Kolstad. He steps up, and a call off the ball. Freddie Williams with that call. Meanwhile, David Dennis, Mark Matthews, and Nick Smith check in. And from the floor to the bench, Kolstad, Langren, and Connors and Eich. So the foul is on Cauley, and it's NSU ball. Smitty with it. Throws to the right side, line over to Matthews from the right wing to the left wing over to Dennis. Playing with 2 fouls. Dennis to the foul line to Smith. Quick pass, Gibson. Turnaround 3. A dandy. Dwayne Gibson Jr. 29-24 to steal by NSU. Dennis to the edge of the lane. Throws it inside for Puisis. One-hander good. Dennis the assist. Puisis the field goal. It's 29-26. NSU trailing by 3. Ibrahim gets it over to Moreno. Moreno's from the Canary Islands off the African coast. Middle of the floor it goes over to Freddie Ibrahim. And back over to Moreno, the 6'3 junior. Snaps it right to Ibrahim. Ibrahim against Gibson, back of the foul line over to Gamble. His pass underneath, thrown away. Threw it away over to Matthews. The other way, NSU. Dennis into the lane, down the lane. Shot blocked by Bellarmine. Dennis was hit. He went down, and a foul on Bellarmine. And with 7:51 to go, the Sharks are showing some life. There is a timeout. NSU trailing 29-26, and we will keep it right here. Again, the semifinals and the finals will be played right here at NSU at the beautiful Rick Case Arena. The men will begin the semifinal doubleheader at 5 p.m. on Saturday. And the winner of the game here tonight will take on the winner of the Eckerd-Barry game. That game being played right now up at Eckerd. The other semifinal doubleheader will pit the winner of the Lynn PBA game against the winner of the Florida Southern St. Leo game. Now we have some early scores. Here we are. The game at Lynn started at 7, and Lynn leading PBA 50-45 with about 11 minutes to go in the second half. St. Leo 27, Florida Southern 26. Some 7 minutes to go in the opening half of that game. And Eckerd 29, Barry 21, with about 3 minutes to go in the first half up in St. Pete. And, of course, we will have scores updated throughout the night. We'll keep a close eye on the 3 other games in the SSC tournament tonight. Meanwhile, David Dennis to the stripe, looking for his first point of the night. Gibson leading the NSU Sharks with 10. The left-handed free throw by the 65% tosser. Dennis is up and good. Dennis averaging 3.7 assists per game. And in SSC play, David Dennis, 5.7 assists per game, leading the league in that category. The Southpaw's next free throw is up and good. And so it is, 29-28. So after trailing by as many as 8, NSU has cut Tampa's lead to 1. Baseline Downer, he's back in. He had a bad ankle. He fell. It took him a few minutes to get up off the floor, but he's back in the ball game now. Left sideline it is with Moreno, head of the foul circle over to Ibrahim. Now to Bellarmine. His pass broken up, stolen away by Matthews, and they have a reach-around foul on Mark Matthews. On Mark Matthews, that is his first of the ball game. Sharks have committed 5 team fouls. The Spartans have committed 5 as well. Inbounded to Ibrahim. Baseline jumper, good. Long 2 from the right baseline by Freddie Ibrahim. 31-28. Tampa by 3. Right baseline, Matthews straight away over to Gibson. Gibson throws it right over to Dennis. Dennis works in on Ibrahim. He spins. He's underneath. Throws it back out over to Gibson for 3. Front rimmed it. And the rebound taken by Colley, and it is Tampa ball. They make an about face into the front court, left to right. To the attacking end comes Moreno. Throws it left over to Ibrahim, back of the foul line over to Downer. Marco Downer. Now to Devon Colley. Into the left corner, a 3 ball is up. It's in and out. It was missed by Ibrahim, rebounded by NSU. And the pass in backcourt was almost thrown out of bounds, but stretching his arm and grabbing it is Dennis. He drives into the lane, has it banged out of bounds by Colley. 6:38 to go. Tampa has led virtually throughout. Sharks led by 1 momentarily, but Tampa has led by as many as 8. Inbounded over to Matthews. Matthews back again. Now gets it over to Smitty. Puts up a short one-hander and missed it short. The rebound, Matthews blocked again by Marco Downer, but they've got a foul. Now, how many fouls is this now on Downer? That's his second of the ball game. Downer so far has been a one-man wrecking crew for Tampa. 8 points, 4 of 4 from the field, and 6 rebounds, so he's gotten it done. And a number of block shots. Matthews, the free throw is good. He is just a 57% tosser at the stripe and into the ball game for the first time tonight. For the Tampa Spartans is Brent Duncan. He wears number 22, a 6'6 junior from Atlanta. Duncan averaging 4.3 points per game, and how about that? The next free throw is good as Mark Matthews makes 2 of 2. The long pass up the floor. Goes over to Colley, who wards off Dennis. Drives all the way. Missed with the left hand. The rebound hugged and grabbed by Puisis. The forecourt, Gibson winds his weave and weaves into the lane. He drives and backs. He missed it. The rebound up. It's good, but it won't count. They have a foul prior to the shot. Foul is of the offensive variety. So the foul is on Mark Matthews, and that is his second. So now the foul picture getting a bit uglier as Matthews, Dennis, and Zanites all with 2 apiece. Over midcourt, Colley drives all the way through. He lays it up and in. It fell in over the left side of the rim, and the lead is 3 for Tampa. To the left wing, Dennis gets it into the left corner to Smith. Now to Dennis again. David Dennis down the side of the lane, drives in, blocked. It was blocked by Moreno and grabbed by Brett Duncan. Tampa the ball at a 3-point lead with 5:52 to go in the opening half. Tampa has not looked like a number 8 seed, not so far tonight. With the ball middle of the floor, it is Moreno, slips and falls, but he got rid of it. Over to Colley. Now to Gamble. He drives in. He lays it up and in. And there's a wet spot. Freddie Williams blows play to a halt and tucks that ball against his left hip. And the maintenance people come out and do a quick job. Fellow who's working the broom, boy, he looks like the same guy who served me a cup of coffee this morning at Dunkin' Donuts. I can swear. All right, Sharks ball. 35-30 Spartans. In a forecourt it is with Dennis. David Dennis to the back of the key. Bounces it right to the foul circle over to Puises. Puises had 28 when the teams played up in Tampa. Matthews throws it out of there over to Dennis. Dennis into the lane. Lunging shot. He missed it, but he drew the foul. Again, Aaron Chambliss, Freddie Williams, and Landon Brandis, the three officials assigned by the league office. And David Dennis will go to the stripe for the NSU Sharks. In the two games against Tampa during the regular season, Dennis had 12 points at NSU, and he had 14 up in Tampa. And the first free throw by Dennis is up and good. Dennis, the 6'1 senior from Canal, Winchester, in the Columbus area in Ohio. Next free throw by David Dennis is good. And that lead back down to 3. Tampa 35 at NSU 32. It's inbounded to the middle of the floor over to Gamble. Gamble, a senior. Gamble down the baseline. Drives in. He scores. Will it count? Well, wait. Doesn't look like it will. It's an offensive foul on Gamble. Baseline official with a quick call. The official, Aaron Chambliss. And on Gamble, that's 2. So on the NSU side, Dennis, Matthews, and Sinich with 2. And as far as Tampa is concerned, 2 on Downer and 2 on Gamble. SSC, the quarterfinals. The winner takes on the winner of the Barry Eckerd game. And we'll keep you posted on all the games around the state this exciting week of the SSC tournament. A bounce for the cutter. It's grabbed and laid in by Puises. Nice pass by Matthews. He got it on the cut to Puises. And the lead down to 1 for Tampa, and the pass is thrown away. In backcourt being harassed was the guard, Devon Cawley, the 6'1 junior, and he threw it over the near sideline out of bounds. So the ball inbounded. NSU has a chance here to take the lead. They're down 35-34. Dennis with the ball. Sharks milling and weaving off the ball. Right of the foul circle. Dennis has got it. Dennis to the edge of the lane. Lost the handle, but it's grabbed by Smith. Out to Gibson for 3. Good! Dwayne Gibson Jr. And the Sharks lead 37-35. Believe it or not, their largest lead of the game. They led earlier by just 1 and then trailed by 8. Moreno's got the ball behind him. He gets it to Freddie Ibrahim. Not a Cawley with 4:17 to go in the first half. NSU 37, Tampa 35. Cawley's got the ball. Throws it right to Ibrahim. Into the right quarter it goes. Over to Bellamy. Head of the circle, this is Cawley against Puises. Rocks back and fires a 3. It's on the heel and off. Nice rebound by Mark Matthews. Loops it over the timeline to the right baseline. Over to Puises. Puises from the right wing to the left wing for a 3 by Smith. That's in and out. Tapped out of it to Matthews by Puises. NSU keeps it going. Matthews to the foul line. He spins the one-hander. Nope. And the rebound, Brett Duncan, the young man from Atlanta, Georgia. 37-35. Sharks by 2. Moreno with the ball. Midway between the sidelines. Throws it to the left sideline to Freddie Ibrahim. Back of the foul line. Over to Marco Cawley. In the lane, the one-hander by Bellarmine is missed, and another foul. It might be Matthews. It is, and that's his 3rd. And the Sharks attenuating. Matthews with 3. Dennis with 2. And Sinich with 2. And there you could see Bellarmine backing in and drawing that foul. 37-35 Sharks. Time taken with 3:17 remaining. Sharks won both games played against Tampa during the regular season. They won at NSU 90-79. They won at Tampa in OT in the second to last game of the season, 97-91. Well, if you're a Shark, you're going to want to take a bite out of Mr. M Subs, a proud sponsor of NSU Athletics, family-owned and operated, and they've been proudly serving South Florida for over 30 years. They're conveniently located across the street from campus on University Drive. Mr. M's offers a 5% discount to NSU students with a valid Shark card. Visit them online at MrMSubs.com or call 954-368-4057 to place an order for pickup or delivery. Mr. M Sandwich Shop, their promise to you is that you'll never taste fresher soup, salads, and sandwiches. You'll be back for another taste. So right now, the Sharks will go with Puisis, Langren, Smith, Gibson, and Dennis. Sharks trailed by as many as 8, and at the stripe, it'll be Bellarmine for the Tampa Spartans. He's from the Congo, as mentioned, and Bellarmine's first free throw is good. Cedric Bellarmine, just a 49% foul shooter. He's from Brazzaville in the Congo, the country's capital. Next free throw is on the heel and off over to Gibson. NSU with the ball. NSU with a 1-point lead. On the right sideline, it is with Dennis. Gets it over to Gibson. Gibson to the foul line. Gibson comes right, gives it to the cutter, Dennis, who fumbled it and regrip. Gets it out of there to Smith, around to the right. Gibson, a long three. Good! Dwayne Gibson Jr. burying a three ball. It's 40-36. Dwayne Gibson with 16 first-half points. NSU its longest lead, 4. Moreno gets into the right corner to Bellarmine. They swing it to the back of the key once again. Over to Devon Cawley. Cawley hippity hops to the right sideline against Dennis. Sidearms it, head of the foul circle. Over to Ibrahim. They get a baseline to Duncan. Around to the left for the open three. That's short. An air ball thrown up from the left wing by Bellarmine, and NSU the rebound. NSU the ball at a 4-point lead. Right sideline, Puisis. Puisis fakes the three on Ibrahim. Dribbles it in place. Now moves it to the foul line. Gets it over to Langren. Around to the left over to Dennis. Dennis to the foul line. Spins. Kick it out of there over to Gibson for 3. Good! Dwayne Gibson has owned this first half. Dwayne Gibson Jr. with 19 points in the opening half and 5 3-pointers. In backcourt, Ibrahim, a seasoned player and a senior. On the right sideline, Moreno. They have a good tandem in the backcourt. Sharks on a 13-1 run, and they've scored the last 6 points of this game. Left wing it is Devon Cawley. Gets it over to Bellamy. Now to Duncan. Turnaround one-hander. Well done. Brent Duncan, the 6'6 junior from Atlanta. And it's 43-38. NSU by 5. Left wing Gibson. He launches another 3. Hits the heel of the rim. Pops high in the air and off to the right. And the rebound taken by Moreno. Moreno boxes. He crosses the timeline. A southpaw dribble. Given room by David Dennis. Now to the left sideline it goes. Over to Colley. A blind pass saved in the right corner by Ibrahim. Steps around his defender for 3. Missed that. And the defensive rebound over to Gibson. NSU with the ball. 1 minute to go. Sharks up 43-38 in the lane. Dennis. He missed the one-hander underneath the rim. And a foul. And the head coach of Tampa continuing to bark. And now he's barking at one of his players at guard, Alberto Moreno. He is giving Moreno an earful as the veteran Tampa coach, Richard Schmidt. Foul of the act. Dennis in the free throws up and good. And Dennis coming in just a 65% free thrower. But so far, he's taken 5 foul shots and has made all 5. And sitting down is Bellarmine, and checking back into the ball game is Gamble with his 15 points. And the next foul shot is good by Dennis. And the Sharks lead it by 7, their largest lead at midcourt. The ball is poked away by Dennis. NSU with the ball as Gibson grabs it. Puisis with the ball on the right sideline. Gets rid of it over to Smith. Now to Dennis. He propels down the side of the lane, throws it up. It's blocked by Duncan, and they've got a foul on Duncan. That's his first foul of the game. Again, Dennis in this game playing with 2. Zanich with 2, and Matthews with 3. Right now it is Langren, along with Puisis, Dennis, Gibson, and Smith. And Dennis back of the stripe, where tonight he's 6 of 6. Shooting his free throws better tonight than he has in a long time. And the southpaw hits the free throw. He gets one more. does the likable David Dennis, the league's leading assist man. Next free throw is good by David Dennis. And now it's 47-38, so the Sharks have turned things around on Tampa. They trail by 8. They're now leading it by 9. And in backcourt, they're harassing. The Sharks are Tampa, but the Spartans work it across. Right of the circle, Gamble, middle of the floor it goes. Over to Moreno. Moreno dribbling in place with 23 seconds to go. 6 seconds separating the clocks. Gamble in three-point range. Gamble raises up for 3. In and out. The rebound, Smitty. 13 seconds to go in the half. NSU by 9. 9 seconds to go. Dennis has the ball. 6 seconds to go. Dennis down the side of the lane. Kick it out of there for a Langren 3. In and out. The rebound reached for, and it's taken by Ibrahim, and that will do it for the first half. And Langren, if you didn't know it, is certainly very capable of hitting a three-point shot. But he brings in, Langren does, onto the floor, steadiness and leadership, a positive attitude, a lot of charisma, and he had a terrific outing in the win up at Lynn. Key rebound late, 2 key free throws, and he's been playing well. And at the half, the Sharks leading the Spartans 47-38. Trying to move on to the semifinals and take on the winner of the game between Eckerd and Barry. The Sharks, the number 1 seed, will play the winner of the 4-5 game, and Eckerd at home as the number 4 seed, and the Barry Buccaneers the number 5 seed. And right now, Eckerd at the half ahead of Barry 33-28. Lynn and PBA locked at a good one. Lynn 65, and they are the number 2 seed taking on the number 7 seed, the Sailfish of PBA. And it's Lynn 65, PBA 60 in a matchup of 2 teams based in Palm Beach County. And Florida Southern 47, St. Leo 43 at the half at the Jenkins Fieldhouse in Lakeland on the campus of Florida Southern. Friends, the Courtyard Marriott in Plantation is proud to be a sponsor of the official hotel of NSU Athletics. The Courtyard Marriott Plantation is located just 3 miles from campus, right next to the Westfield Broward Shopping Mall. For more information on the special athletic department discount, the rate that you may qualify for, well, visit PlantationCourtyard.com or call 954-475-1100. And be sure to tell them you're a Shark fan to receive your NSU discount. The Sharks coming into the ball game tonight, finishing a regular season at 24-2. The best season in program history for the NSU Sharks. And here are your numbers for the first half of tonight's quarterfinal game between NSU and Tampa. And in that first half, NSU shot just 37% from the floor. Tampa 57%. But here's a key number. Oh, those free throws. Well, no complaints tonight, at least to this point. NSU 12 of 12 from the stripe. Tampa just 1 of 3. That means they are relying on jump shots, not taking it to the rim. They've been outnumbered at the stripe. The Sharks getting there 12 times, Tampa getting there just 3 times and making just 1 of 3 at the stripe. So NSU has outscored Tampa at the stripe 12-1. And NSU, courtesy of Dwayne Gibson, 7 of 15 from three-point range, and Gibson himself 5 of 7. And Tampa 3 of 10 from three-point range. The rebounds about even. Tampa out-rebounding NSU 2019. And here's a big number, of course, always the hallmark of an NSU team coached by Jim Crutchfield. The Sharks have forced 11 Tampa turnovers. The Sharks themselves have committed just 3. And in points off turnovers, another key number, Tampa has been outscored 15-5. So the Sharks finished the regular season having won 7 straight. Their only losses all year. Here at home, just 1 loss a home loss to Eckerd back on the 9th of January, an overtime loss to the Tritons, and then a game up at Florida Southern, won by Florida Southern 87-82. So, if you're just joining us, we can tell you that Connors tonight started. He wasn't very effective. He looked a little rusty. And, in fact, he had to sit with 2 personal fouls. Mark Matthews has 3 personal fouls, and David Dennis had to sit for a while. He's playing with 2 personal fouls, and Dennis just 13 minutes in that opening half, and David Dennis leads the team in minutes per game at 36 minutes a game. Sharks trailed through much of the first half, but they went on a big run late after trailing by 8. They've turned things around, outscoring Tampa by 17 to take a 9-point lead. The Tampa Spartans last won an SSC tournament back in 2002. The NSU Sharks have not only never won an SSC tournament, but the NSU Sharks have never, for that matter, advanced to a title game. Now this year, for the first time since 2009, NSU will be hosting the semifinals and finals. The women will play at 1 or 1:30, and the men will be playing at 5. So a quadruple header, all for the price of one admission. What a bargain. And some terrific D2 basketball. As you know, the NSU Sharks are ranked 3rd in America, D2. As far as Tampa, tough year for them. They lost a couple of key players to injury after they lost 2 players who had completed their eligibility a year ago. They lost Duke Shelton and Marcel Robinson. The newcomer Cedric Bellarmine has been playing well, but earlier during the regular season, they lost a couple of players in Pat Bacon and Mikhi Biffle. Both those players not available to the Tampa Spartans in this SSC tournament. The last time the NSU Sharks won an SSC game in the tournament was back in 2015. They beat this team, Tampa. And then the Sharks were routed by Barry, 86-54 in the semifinals. The last Tampa win, back in 2014, they beat St. Leo, the Spartans did, in the semis before losing in the title game to Florida Southern. So it has been a 5-year drought for Tampa since winning an SSC tournament game, and for the Sharks, it has been a 4-year drought. So again, here at the half, it's NSU 47, the Spartans of Tampa 38. We'll be back with the second half at about 6 minutes or so on the SSC Digital Network.
The ocean is a world so different from our own, yet really the same, because life under the sea depends on life above it. But as sharks disappear and coral reefs struggle, it is mankind who is responsible, and mankind who can turn the tide. In the end, we're all connected, and that's why we've been studying our oceans right from the start. Nova Southeastern University, protecting marine life for all life.
That's a foul, man. Nah, man, that was all ball. All right, everybody, let's go home.
Basketball's no brainer. Referees. Barbasol's no brainer. Finally making razors.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub. With exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours. The home of Division II college sports.
They say college is a place for self-discovery, but this isn't the place for students to find their way. Because our students know where they're headed. The school that got its start in a storefront knows a little something about ambition, focus, and shaping leaders. We've never had to climb out of our ivory tower. We're too grounded in the real world. Internships, research, guidance, and answers, leaving no question about a clear path to success. When you play to your strengths, you only get stronger.
What have we here? Another random school of fish. Watch as they mimic each other's every move. Even their own mothers can't tell these fish apart. In this school, there is no room for individualism. These fish live in fear.
Record sale.
You save even more.
This week at Rick Case, we're out to break the record, and we'll do whatever it takes to stay number one. Get our guaranteed lowest price on every new vehicle, or get your money back. Save up to $10,000. And only Rick Case doubles your nationwide factory warranty up to 20 years. We're racing for the record, and you're the winner. This week at every Rick Case dealership on I-75, 441, and on Sunrise at the Sawgrass. Or save time. Buy online at rickcase.com.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
It's a new era. It's not what it used to be. We play fast. We play with pressure. We're blue collar. We may have some new faces. But we play as a team.
Dave Halberstam back here courtside. They're set for the second half of basketball, the quarterfinals of the SSC tournament. The number 1 seed in the tournament, the NSU Sharks, and the number 8 seed, the Tampa Spartans. Tampa led in the opening half through much of it. In fact, they had an 8-point lead. The Sharks bounced back resiliently, and they lead it at this point by 9, and that matches their largest lead of the game. All right, Tampa in the road red against the NSU Sharks in the home white. With a basketball, Moreno gets it out of there over to Gamble. Gamble has 15 in the ball game. Now over to Freddie Ibrahim, who tucks it against his left hip, and his pass broke it up, but saved by Gamble. Throws it out of there to Moreno. From the left wing to the right wing, over to Colley, drives through. His running shot is missed, and the rebound knocked out, and it will stick with Tampa. So Devon Colley is starting here at the start of the second half for the Tampa Spartans, trying to become the first team in SSC tournament history to defeat a number 1, the number 8 seed, trying to defeat a number 1 seed for the first time in tournament history. They get it in over to Downer, and he scores, and he is a giant among men. And it's 47-40. NSU's lead is 7 with it. Smitty down the lane, lays it up and misses. The rebound tipped by Matthews. He knocked it out, and it will go over to the visitors from Tampa. During the regular season, Tampa finished at 14-14. The NSU Sharks, their best record in school history, at 24-2. Tampa with the ball, trailing it by 7. They trailed by as many as 9. They trailed it by 9 at the half. Into the lane and down the lane. The driving shot is good by Alberto Moreno. Straight down the middle of the lane. The 6'3 junior cuts the lead to 5. To forecourt, Dennis playing with 2 fouls. Dennis has it, gets it now over to Matthews. Matthews hangs onto it. He works it on Downer. The scoop, a beauty. Elongating the right arm, and a reverse scoop by Matthews. Zanich starting for NSU at the start of the second half. Into the lane, down the lane. The wild shot is missed by Devon Colley. It's saved by Gamble, who buries a 3 ball from the left corner, wide open. You cannot give that man any airspace, and he hit a 3 from the corner. Dennis into the lane. Dennis spins, short one-hander, in and out. Rebounded by Devon Colley. It's a 4-point lead from the right elbow. The jumper's missed by Ibrahim. The long rebound of the hop going over to Smitty. Gibson over midcourt. Gibson starting the second half with 19. Drives into the lane. Has it blocked out of bounds by Devon Colley. And the 6'1 junior from Las Vegas got a piece of that shot. And NSU will inbound the ball underneath. They get it in over to Zanich, and he scores, and he gets his first 2 points of the night, his first 2 points since he's back from the injury. And NSU now leading it at 51-45, and the ball knocked out. It will stay with Tampa. The Sharks working it from left to right of the home white. The Tampa Spartans from right to left. Tampa inbounds it with Ibrahim. He is at the throttle, and he has it stolen on the inbounds by Zanich, who scores. Ibrahim did not see an open man. He tried to bang it off Zanich's leg, but Zanich grabbed it and dunked the ball, and that gets a thunderous reaction from the crowd, and deservedly so. And now a timeout taken by Tampa as the veteran head coach, Richard Schmidt, might just sense a change of momentum there. That steal by Zanich. All night they were waiting for him to do something. And he got it done with that steal, and Freddie Ibrahim did not know it hit him as he tried to bang it off Zanich and get another chance before a 5-second violation was called on him. And instead, the big fellow Zanich grabbed it and dunked it. And NSU back to an 8-point lead. They led by 9 at the half. This is now a final. Lynn, the number 2 seed, has defeated PBA 75-64, so Lynn moves on to the semifinals. And the Lynn Fighting Knights will take on the winner of the Florida Southern St. Leo game here Saturday at 7:30. So one final end. Feels a little bit like election night. Precincts reporting in. And tied up at Eckerd. Barry and Eckerd tied at 45 with 15 minutes to go in that one. And St. Leo hanging in with Southern. Southern leading it by 1 with about 10 minutes to go up in Lakeland. NSU will have it. Going with Zanite, Dennis, Smith, Gibson, and Mark Matthews. The ball will be with Tampa. And Gamble will inbound it. Gamble does, and he inbounds it to Devon Cawley. Cawley's pass into the front court is grabbed knee-high by Freddie Ibrahim. Cawley's got it again. Tampa exhibiting some time here. Moreno to the foul line. Moreno into the lane. Wild scoop is well done. It was wild to me, not to him. It's 53-47. The lead is 6, and head coach Richard Schmidt covering up his eyes. On the right sideline, Dennis right of the foul circle. It is a night. Now to Matthews for 3. Oh, Mark Matthews. And it's 56-47. The lead is 9 again. A critical point here for Tampa. They get it over the timeline with Ibrahim to Gamble for 3. Rims around and it comes out. The rebound grabbed and laid in by the big fellow Marco Downer. The stout 6'9 freshman from Jamaica makes it 56-49, and a driving shot's up and good by Matthews. Mark Matthews makes it 58-49. Now they're running from one end of the floor to the other. On the right sideline, Moreno. Alberto Moreno, the 6'3 junior from Gran Canaria off the African coast. On the right sideline, it's Gamble. Gamble dribbles in place, now gets rid of it over to Devon Cawley, around to the left over to Ibrahim. Ibrahim looks inside, he throws it right over to Cawley, goes rim behind the pass over to Marco Downer, he reaches up, he missed the shot, but he was fouled in the act of shooting. Dwayne Gibson on the foul, that's just his first. Again, at the start of the second half, Matthews with 3, 2 apiece on Zanite and Dennis. Meanwhile, 3 players on the Tampa side with 2, Moreno, Gamble, and Downer. Downer at the stripe, and the free throw is up and good. And Downer, just a 40% tosser at the foul line, has 1 more. Getting set. Next one's up and good. He hit both. Tampa in this game has taken 5 free throws and made 3. Dennis underneath, threw it away. He threw it away to Ibrahim. Hustles over the timeline. 1-on-2, goes all the way and scores over Dwayne Gibson. 58-53. He's playing with determination. Is Freddie Ibrahim. With the ball, Dennis gesticulating. Throws it right to the foul circle. Over to Smitty. Screen by Matthews. Smitty into the lane. Throws it over to Matthews. He lays it up and in. Smitty with the assist. Matthews the field goal. The long pass to Gamble. He drives. He missed the dunk off the rim. The hot dog fell off the mustard. The rebound taken by Matthews. On the left sideline, Dennis thought about a 3. Head of the circle, Dennis. Smitty back to Dennis. Now to the baseline. To Zanite. The one-hander's missed. The rebound, Matthews. He puts it up, blocked by Downer. It's grabbed by Dennis. Gets it underneath. It's caught by Zanite, and they've got a foul. And the Sharks pounding the boards then. And a timeout taken with 15:06 to go. Fouls on Devon Cawley, and that is his second of the ball game. We'll break for this with the Sharks up 7 on the SSC Digital Network.
Race for the record.
record sale.
You save even more.
This week at Rick Case, we're out to break the record, and we'll do whatever it takes to stay number one. Get our guaranteed lowest price on every new vehicle, or get your money back. Save up to $10,000. And only Rick Case doubles your nationwide factory warranty up to 20 years. We're racing for the record, and you're the winner. This week at every Rick Case dealership on I-75, 441, and on Sunrise at the Sawgrass. Or save time. Buy online at rickcase.com.
Dave Halberstam back here courtside. Troy Valeriano helping to my left. And, of course, Max Gallner is always here. He lives here. He's got a cot in his office. 60-53. NSU up by 7 with 15:06 to go. The number 8 seed Tampa and the number 1 seed, the NSU Sharks. And we told you that one game is complete. The one that started at 7 up in Palm Beach at Lynn. Lynn defeated PBA, and they move on to the semifinals. They'll take on the winner of the Southern game against St. Leo up in Lakeland. All right, NSU back on the floor with Matthews, Zanite, Smitty, Gibson, and David Dennis. And at the foul line, it's Connor Zadich for the NSU Sharks. He's a 75% free thrower, and a deliberate one of the free throws up and good by Zadich, who missed the last 13 games with the exception of one. And in that one, he played just one half before re-injuring the wrist. Zadich, a junior, 6'3", a rugged player, and a transfer from a couple of institutions, St. Andrews and Marion Military Academy. And the next free throw is good, and the Sharks have a 9-point lead, matching their largest of the ball game. Tampa with the ball. A skip pass from the right to the left, over to Gamble. Gamble into the lane, sweeping one-hander, well done. Gamble's got 20 in the ball game, and he's leading everyone in the building. To forecourt it is with Dennis. Gets it out of there over to Smitty. Now, Dennis again. Dennis down the side of the lane. His pass at the baseline intended for Zanite. It's off the mark. It went out of bounds to the visitors from Tampa. 62-55 as Smitty heads from the floor to the bench, and checking in is Puisis. Eddie Puisis into the ball game with 7 points. Gibson with 19. Matthews with 17. It's inbounded to Devon Cawley, double-teamed in backcourt. It's knocked away. Chase for the loose ball. Picking it up as Puisis gets it over to Matthews. Blind pass tonight. Lays it up. No, the rebound. Matthews. He sticks it up and in. Matthews sticking with it. And the Sharks now lead it by 9 again at 64-55. Neither team has had a double-digit lead. Into the lane, and traveling with the ball is Alberto Moreno. Semifinals for the men Saturday at 5 in the afternoon. It will be a great doubleheader. It will follow the doubleheader that the women will play earlier in the day. So a quadruple header. A great day of basketball at the beautiful Rick Case Arena. Left of the circle, Mark Matthews. He gets it underneath for Gibson. Comes out of the lane. Back over to Matthews. Matthews bounces it for Zanite. Zanite backing in. The one-hander. Good! It counts, and he was fouled. Fouled in the act of shooting, and Zanite beginning to look like the player he was before the injury. Foul is on Downer, and that is his third of the ball game. And there you see the man Zanite's backing in on Gamble and hitting that turnaround. It's now 66-55. The Sharks, their largest lead. 11 of the free throw by Zanite is in and out and gobbled down by Downer. Tampa with the ball, down by 11. 13:47 remaining in the second half. Quarterfinals, SSC tournament. Back of the foul circle, it's Gamble. He throws it right to Devon Cawley. Down the lane he goes and sticks it in. Again, the sea opened. He saw daylight, did Devon Cawley. And the 6'1 junior from Vegas, Sin City, hit the shot at 66-57. Dennis with the ball. Throws it right to the foul circle to Zanite. Now to Gibson, raises up for three on the front rim. No, the rebound, Zanite's down he goes. Hope he's okay. And he was fouled. He came smashing through, did Zanites for that rebound, and he was fouled. This might be on Downer. It is, and that's his fourth. That's good news for NSU. He'll have to come out of the ball game, and Brent Duncan will check in. Duncan played in the opening half and had 2 points. Gamble with 20, Ibrahim with 10, the two double-digit scorers for Richard Schmidt's Tampa team. It's inbounded for a three by Dennis, and number 3 hits the three from the left corner in front of the NSU bench. It's now 68-57, NSU by 11. It's a long two is what they're saying. A long two by Dennis from our blind corner on the far side. All right, Ibrahim with the ball, lifts it high over the head. He gets it over to Duncan at the foul line, has it tipped away, and they've got a foul on Kolstad. Freddie Williams, ticky-tack foul. The former cop, now an official and an official only. He's retired, Freddie Williams is. And he's working the ball game tonight with Aaron Chambliss and Landon Brandis. It's inbounded by Ibrahim. He gets it left of the foul circle to Moreno against Puisis. He comes right, hangs onto the ball, throws it underneath. It's caught and put up, and good. Playing with 4 fouls, Downer scores, and it's 68-59. Sharks now lead it by 9. That bench of Tampa looking forlorn. On the left wing, it's Zanites. Drives the base. Running shot, no. Reaching for the rebound, Puisis, but Duncan grabs it for Tampa. And Devon Cawley will trot over the timeline. Lobs it to the baseline, where it's grabbed by Downer. Out it goes for a three. That's short. It was missed by Moreno. The rebound of the lane grabbed by NSU. Puisis strings it ahead for a three by Kolstad. Good! Kolstad getting in the act. His first field goal of the night. Sharks leading it by 12 at 71-59, and a foul against NSU. At the middle of the floor, it's on Puisis. Crowd seeing this one with their heart, not with their eyes. Time taken, 11:50 to go. In the second half, head coach Jim Crutchfield coming out onto the floor and taking a look at the official, and I've not seen Crutch do that. He walked about 5 to 10 feet onto the floor during that timeout and appealed the case of that last foul to the official Aaron Chambliss, but very few coaches ever win that battle. Barry 52, Eckert 49 up in St. Pete. The winner of that game plays the winner of this one. About 9 minutes to go in that one. The final from Lynn winning, defeating PBA 75-64. And how about Southern and St. Leo? Locked in a good one. A close ball game in Lakeland. Florida Southern, the Mocs 57 of the St. Leo Lions 55. Wayne Gibson has not scored here in the second half, but he had 5 threes in the opening half, and that is a program record for threes in an SSC tournament game. And the NSU women's tennis team 9-0 after a road victory today over number 9 West Florida. So sports doing well at NSU. The Shark men trying to sweep the doubleheader. The women won earlier, and they'll play on Saturday afternoon here. All right. Tampa with the ball. They work it from right to left. Tampa trailing by 12 with 11:45 to go. Devon Cawley has the ball. Cawley flicks it right to Ibrahim, head of the foul circle, but a gamble. His bounce pass underneath is overthrown. It was intended for Duncan, and it bounced painfully for Tampa over the end line. Last year, Tampa did not qualify for the SSC tournament. The Sharks lost in the opening round to Tom Klusman's Rollins Tars. On the left sideline it is with Dennis, given a little room by Devon Cawley. Comes down the side of the lane. He up fakes. Down goes Dennis, but he drew the foul. So the clock stopped with 11:17 to go, and NSU leading at 71-59. A good, healthy, robust turnaround tonight by NSU. The Sharks trailed by 8 in the first half, and they have bounced back. A game that head coach Jim Crutchfield was very worried about. You could see it in his eyes and on his face prior to the ball game. Dennis hits the free throw, and here is a number that is obviously implausible. David Dennis, a 65% free thrower. Well, tonight, David Dennis from the stripe, 9 of 9. Duncan comes out of the ball game, and Bellarmine, Cedric Bellarmine is back, and he played briefly in the opening half, the 6'7 junior from the Congo. And David Dennis hits another free throw, and the Sharks are up by 14, their largest lead of the game. Hounded in backcourt is Moreno. He gets it over to Ibrahim, who fires it over the midcourt line to Bellarmine. Tampa with the ball. Tampa trailing 73-59, 11 minutes to go in the second half. With it, it is Ibrahim, head of the foul circle, over to Gamble against Kolstad. He wards him off, drives down the lane, lays it up, missed the shot, but drew the foul. Landon Brandis with that call, one of the 3 officials. The NSU Sharks joined the SSC in 2002. They have never advanced to an SSC tournament final. Gamble at the stripe. Gamble will look for point number 21, and he gets it. Does Gamble. Anthony Gamble, the 6'5 senior from Riverview in Hillsborough County near Tampa. No relation to the former Yankee Oscar Gamble, for those who go back to the 70s. Next free throw is good, and it's 73-61. Sharks swept Tampa a year ago. They swept them this year, so 2 straight years where the Sharks have swept Tampa during the regular season. All right, Dennis with the ball. Left of the circle it is, over to Matthews. Matthews playing with 3 fouls. Bumps with his defender. Bellarmine hangs on to it. Gets into the corner to Kolstad. 10 to shoot. Kolstad hangs on to it. Now gets it over to Matthews. Matthews facing up with 4 to shoot. He fires. Missed that one short. The rebound reached for him. They've got a rebounding foul. It might be on Kolstad. It is, and on Kolstad, that's his second. So 2 on Kolstad, 2 on Zanaich, 2 on Gibson, 2 on Dennis, and 3 on Matthews. The Sharks have been circumspect, prudent here, and the inbounds is broken up and taken away by NSU's Dennis. His running shot, not good, and the rebound underneath taken by Bellarmine. Tampa with the ball midway through the second. They're down by just 12. Middle of the floor it is with Moreno, Alberto Moreno, the 6'3 junior, a steady player. Coming down the lane, Moreno. He missed a gimme. He missed a schoolboy layup. The rebound, Matthews. Races over the timeline, goes all the way through. Shot blocked by Bellarmine. Could have been a goaltend, but they have a travel on Matthews. Alberto Moreno, albeit from Gran Canaria, finished his high school in the state of Florida, in Tavares, Florida. So he's no stranger to this great country. Left sideline it is with Ibrahim, head of the foul circle over to Gamble. Gamble's been held here in the second half. He reaches up, missed an easy one. Bellarmine the rebound. Bellarmine in a crowd and a gaggle, pushes it up. Good. Bellarmine hanging with it. Cedric Bellarmine from the Congo. When you think of the Congo, who's the man you think of for basketball? The man who used to wave that finger. Mutombo driving in, driving shot, miss. There for the tip of the man on the spot, Mark Matthews. 75-63, NSU by a dozen, and a steal by Gibson. He lost the handle. 3 players die for it, and it looks like Tampa got a timeout while Devon Cawley had it gripped in a fetal position in front of the Tampa hoop. So a timeout taken here with 9:08 remaining in the second half. The winner of this game in the semifinals on Saturday here at the beautiful Rick Case Arena. And the Sharks, as you can see, the brackets, we can tell you that Lynn has advanced. They'll take on the winner of Florida Southern and St. Leo, and that's a tight game up in Lakeland. Sharks will play the winner of Eckerd and Barry, and that too a tight one in St. Petersburg. It is that time of year. No margin for error. Do or die. It's a single elimination tournament. And the Sharks certainly hoping to carry the wave of enthusiasm of the regular season into the postseason. Barry ahead of Eckerd, 56-54 with 5 minutes to go. We gave you the final win over PBA, 75-64. With 8 minutes to go at Lakeland, Southern up by 2 over Leo. Right sideline, it is Moreno. His driving shot is blocked. It looked like Dennis got his hand on it and grabbed by NSU. Sharks in front by 12, 8:54 to go. They have it in the front court. Puisis has got it banged away. He gets it back. Puisis dribbles in place. He comes left by the Matthews screen, brings it back out and throws it to the left sideline over to David Dennis against Devon Cawley. Bulls into the lane, driving shot in the front rim and miss. The rebound, Dennis throws it out of there over to Puisis. His shot good. 10-footer from the left of the lane by Pui, and it is 77-63. NSU up by 14. Devon Cawley against Puisis, comes down the lane, driving shot, well done. Nicely done by Devon Cawley, who has 8 in the ball game. Underneath Puisis, a reverse layup. Play picking up. The Sharks average 99 points a game. They've got 79 at this point with 8:05 to go, and a palming violation on Devon Cawley as he was pressured by Gibson and Kolstad. NSU will have it side court in the backcourt. NSU 79, the Spartans 65. It has been 4 years since the NSU Sharks have advanced to the semifinals of the NCAA tournament. It has been 5 years since Tampa has won an SSC tournament game. Right wing it is with Gibson. Gibson gets into the right corner. Over to the man from Pittsburgh, Nick Smith. Smitty back over to Gibson. Gibson hasn't scored here, to my knowledge, in the second half. At halftime, he had 19. He still has 19. With it, it is Dennis, 8 to shoot. Gets it out to Puisis for 3. Missed a high arcer. And leaping high for the rebound is the man from the Congo, Bellarmine. Gets rid of it over to Devon Cawley. In backcourt to Ibrahim. Ibrahim over the timeline. Into the left corner it goes. Now back out to the middle of the floor to Devon Cawley and over to Gamble. Gamble down the baseline. Gets the step. He dunks the ball, and he was fouled in the act of shooting from behind by Dwayne Gibson. So it's 79-67 with 7:21 to go. And the under 8-minute timeout is taken at this mark at 7:21 to go in the second half. Well, for the Tampa Spartans, it has been a season of wild swings. They finished the season losing 2 of 3. That all occurred after they had won 4 straight. And the 4-game winning streak followed a losing streak of 7 straight games. It has been an injury-curtailed year for Richard Schmidt's quintet. They lost Pat Bacon after just 3 games. Bacon was averaging 10 a game. They lost Mekhi Biffle. He played 15 games, and he averages 13 a game. Biffle and Bacon, both from Indiana, and they were talking prior to the game with Pat Huffine and with Dwayne Gibson, all 4 from the Indianapolis area, and knew each other from the Indy area, having partaken in AAU ball. But, of course, injuries are part of the vagaries, the vicissitudes of the game of basketball, and certainly the injury bug has been tough for the Tampa Spartans to handle. The Bugs have feasted on the Spartans this season. Sharks, of course, know what injury is all about. They lost one of their finest players, Connor Zanite, for a chunk of time. He's back tonight. Free throw by Bellarmine, by Gamble, that is good. Now it's 79-68. The lead is 11. The Sharks led by as many as 14. Dennis to the attack again. Right to the foul circle over to Gibson. Gibson's been held here in the second half. Gibson backs it out. Gibson gets it to Nick Smith. Back over to Gibson. 3 if it goes. Good! His first points of the second half. He's got 6 threes in the ball game. A program record for Dwayne Gibson in an SSC tournament game. Sharks up by 14. Tampa with the ball. The clock winding down. 6:48 to go in this quarterfinal game. Middle of the floor it is. with Moreno. Gets it to Ibrahim. Now to Duncan. A lob pass tipped away by Matthews and plucked by Puisis. And over the timeline, it is Dennis. He gets it over to Puisis. Now Dennis will calm things down. LSU up 14. Dennis, middle of the floor. Dennis has got it against Bellarmine. Right of the foul circle, over to Puisis. Back over to Dennis. Hounded by Bellarmine. Throws it right to an open Matthews. 3 if it goes. Good! Mark Matthews. He's got 24 points in this game. Sharks hounding the Tampa offense. And they get it over the timeline. Now trailing by 17, the largest lead for NSU, the number 1 seed in the SSC tournament, and right now the number 1 team in the region. 3 ball up in the air and good by Freddie Ibrahim, the senior from Canada. 85-71, 5:46 to go. Richard Schmidt can't watch it. He's covering up again. The seasoned coach, and a good one at Tampa. He used to coach Vanderbilt. Spent 2 years at Vandy. A 3-ball Smitty's on the ribbon off, and a 2-handed rebound by Ibrahim. Schmidt, a great teacher of the game from Louisville, Kentucky. A straightaway 3, missed by Ibrahim short. And the rebound, Dennis. He feeds the man. Matthews has a shot blocked by Bellarmine. The forecourt and circling of the front court is Moreno, head of the foul circle. Bellarmine, who came up with that block, right sideline. It is with Freddie Ibrahim to Moreno and around to the left over to Gamble. Gamble against Gibson. Bounces underneath. Caught by Duncan. He lays it in. 85-73. The lead is 12 with 4:52 to go. Head coach Richard Schmidt played at Western Kentucky. Clem Haskins played in the NBA. He was out of Western Kentucky. He also coached at Minnesota. Puisis with the ball. Puisis hands it off inside. It's fumbled away and taken away by Tampa's Ibrahim. Freddie comes over the midcourt line. 4:25 to go. They're down 12. Moreno with the ball. Moreno into the lane. Moreno throws it to the right corner for an Ibrahim 3. Throw up an air ball long. Grabbed under the rim by Nick Smith. NSU with the ball and in a comfortable position now. 85-73. NSU by a dozen with 4:06 to go. Dennis huffing and puffing as he reaches the front court of the right sideline. Matthews the high pick. Dennis comes behind the pick. Into the lane, down the lane. He missed the scoop. The rebound, Duncan. Tampa the ball, hustling over the timeline. It is Moreno. Puts up a wild shot. He missed it, but he drew the foul. Clock stop. 3:49 to go, and we'll have some more updates for you as they take the under 4-minute timeout. Barry trying to win on the road at Eckerd, playing good basketball as of late. And Barry with 3 minutes to go, up by 6 at Eckerd. Remember that the winner of that game comes in here to take on the winner of this one. And right now the Sharks are up by a dozen with 3:49 to go. Final score, the one game that started at 7, Lynn 75, PBA 64. And how about this with some 5 minutes to go? St. Leo 70, Florida Southern 68. Florida Southern has shown some signs and moments of brilliance, but they have had their ebbs this season. Mike Donnelly's club has. The NCAA tournament looms right after this one. And right now it would appear that some 4 teams in the SSC, perhaps 5, could advance to the NCAA tournament. So the Eckerd Tritons in quite a ball game up in St. Pete against the Barry Buccaneers, and the Eckerd Tritons under Tom Ryan are the defending SSC tournament champs. The 3 teams not making the tournament this year. Remember, there are 11 schools in the SSC, all 11 eligible for the SSC tournament, but only the top 8 advanced. The bottom 3 did not. Florida Tech, Rollins, and Embry-Riddle. So at the stripe, it's Alberto Moreno, and the Southpaws free throw is up and good, and now it's 85-74. Can't take anything for granted, not in this league, and Tampa, a pretty explosive team. The next one's up and good. Remember, these two teams played into overtime up in Tampa just a couple of weeks ago in the second to last game, the penultimate game of the regular season. All right, Dennis with the ball. It's now 85-75. Smitty's got it, and Smitty's fouled. He threw it for Puisis, and it was either Dennis or Puisis who committed that, who was fouled. And the foul's on Bellarmine, and that stops the clock with 3:35 to go. Tampa has scored the last 7 points of the game. Sharks led by as many as 17. NSU with the ball. Spartans have committed 5 team fouls. The Sharks are over the limit. They've committed 7. Zanich has got it. Zanich looking. Zanich hanging on to it with 6 to shoot. He drives in, running right-hander. Well done, Connor Zanich. And again, the players on the bench of NSU pop off the bench and applaud Connor Zanich. And the pass up the floor for Gamble is off the mark. Gamble at the step out of bounds on the far sideline to grab it. And it goes over to NSU with 3:10 to go at a 12-point NSU lead. Puisis along the left sideline. Puisis comes right. Puisis comes left, and a foul against Cawley. Reaching in, Devon Cawley commits the foul. That's his 4th foul of the game. Downer's got 4, and he's on the floor now as Downer. Gamble with 25, leading both teams. Smitty bends at the waist, has it left wing, bounces it back of the foul line to Connor Zanich. Zanich drives in, and he lost the handle on the way up. It slipped off his fingertips and wobbled out. So the ball goes the other way to the visitors in the red, the Spartans of Tampa under Richard Schmidt in his 36th year. Into the lane, down the lane, and the pass goes over to Downer from Moreno, and a foul against NSU. Foul on NSU's Puisis. Well, they have it on Gibson. That's his 4th of the ball game. So there's your first NSU player with 4. The free throw by Downer, a quick free throw or a quick release at that stripe, is up and good. Big-chested 6'9", the freshman from Jamaica, and a terrific shot blocker, leads the league in block shots. Next free throw is good. It's 87-77. The lead is 10, 2:32 to go. But you look at that Tampa bench, a lot of blank expressions on it. Middle of the floor it is with Zanich, throws it left to Smitty and back to Zanich. Sharks will eat some clock here. They're in no hurry. Zanich into the lane. He drives in on Downer and scores. Zanich has to be picked up off the floor as long as it's not his wrist. At the foul line, going through, laying it up and missing is Devon Cawley, and the rebound grabbed by Downer, and he threw it away. He wanted a foul. Play sort of stopped. Everybody froze, but no whistle, and NSU's got it. 89-77. NSU by a dozen. 1:49 to go to the semifinals for the NSU Sharks. And a battle with either Barry or the Eckerd Tritons. On the right wing, it is Gibson. Head of the foul circle, Dennis. Dennis drives all the way through. He bangs with his man underneath Gamble. He went flying and took a good shot. And the foul committed by Bellarmine it is. Bellarmine it is with whom he collided. And Bellarmine picks up the foul, his 3rd, and Dennis will go to the stripe. And how about David Dennis tonight? 10 of 10 from the stripe. He came into the ballgame tonight just a 65% free thrower. Free throws up. Oh, I should never have said that. Never. And he missed it. The Sharks, though, have made 16 of 18 from the stripe. Dennis gets one more. Again, head coach Jim Crutchfield, his hand stuffed in his pocket, standing in front of his seat on the far side. Dennis makes the 2nd. NSU is up by 13 with 1:34 to go. To forecourt it is with Devon Cawley. Gets it over to Moreno, drives in, running shot, well done. And time taken here by the Tampa Spartans. One of the assistants on the Tampa bench is a young man named Tim Russo. Of course, Justin Pecca is the lead assistant to head coach Richard Schmidt. But Tim Russo, for those of you perhaps who listen to New York radio or who listen to Sirius XM, will know the name Chris Russo, one of the great talk show hosts, one of the great national sports talk show hosts in America. And Chris Russo's son is Tim Russo, and Tim is a student manager and a student assistant to head coach Richard Schmidt. So, unless the Sharks self-collapse and self-destruct here in the final 126, they'll move on to the semifinals for the first time in 4 years. And have only been in the semifinals 4 times. You know that the Sharks, through the years, have really had a rough time of it in the SSC tournament. Just 4 wins and 13 losses. Never to a title game. While Tampa has won 5 SSC tournaments in 33 years. The last one, though, some 17 years ago in 2002. Their first SSC tournament was won in 1984 under Richard Schmidt. And between 84 and 02, he won 5 of them. But they've been quiet since. All right, NSU with the ball. 1:26 to go. Ball inbounded over to Gibson. Gibson's fouled in backcourt by Gamble. One other thing about the head coach Richard Schmidt of Tampa, he coached at Vanderbilt. He had gone there after he was an assistant at Virginia, where he recruited the great Ralph Sampson. The man who competed for the job at Vanderbilt against Richard Schmidt is a man whose name you will recognize. Free throw by Gibson is up, and he missed it. Mike Krzyzewski. So Schmidt beat out Krzyzewski for the Vanderbilt job, where he lasted 2 years. 90-79, 3 ball up in the air. It's on the front of the rim, missed by Moreno. The rebound on the hop over to Gibson. 1:09 to go. NSU with a lead, 90-79. And a foul as the Knights is hounded in backcourt, or is that just a timeout? It's a 30-second timeout. So Knights hounded along the far sideline, double teamed, and he took the 30-second timeout. So NSU coming into the game tonight, their overall record against Tampa, 20-19. So assuming a win here, they'll be 21-19 against Tampa through the years. And here at the Rick Case Arena, the Sharks will be 10-7 at home against Tampa. And they'll have made it 5 straight wins over Tampa, having swept the season series a year ago and the season series this year. Last time the Sharks won a game in the SSC tournament, 2015, they defeated this team, the Tampa Spartans. All right. It's inbounded to Zanich, who's fouled by Moreno. Well, right now, the Sharks have 90 points. The team record for points in an SSC tournament, Max Gallner tells us, is 91. So Connor Zanich, who's at the stripe now for a 1-1, has an opportunity to tie that record, or break the record. It's up and good, so he has tied the record. And if Connor can hit this next one, well, the most points in an SSC tournament game. And the Sharks have played SSC tournament basketball for a long time, 13 years. The next one is missed. So right now, they've got 91 points, 57 seconds to go. But the rebound is taken by NSU, and a foul on Tampa. It's on Moreno. 54 seconds to go. And Kolstad is the team's best foul shooter, so he should get this done and break the record. Do you think he knows there's a record to be broken right now? I doubt it. Free throw is good. And he has broken the record. Kolstad, who hasn't been hitting his shots as consistently as he was through much of the season, not in the recent games. And the next free throw is good as he hits a pair. And NSU with 92 points sets a school record for points at an SSC tournament game. All right. 51 seconds to go. Devon Cawley works in, throws it up, missed it. The rebound is grabbed under the rim by the big fellow, by Marco Downer, and a foul. It's on David Dennis, and that's his third. Whoa. He had two so early in the game, and now he picks up his third in the final minute of the second half. And at the stripe, it is Downer. And I tell you, there's got to be a full moon out there. Downer is now 8 of 8 from the stripe as he hits the free throw. I have him as a 40% foul shooter. Dennis at 65%. Tonight, Dennis 11 of 12 from the stripe. Go out there, Troy, and check to see for a full moon. The next free throw is missed. The rebound taken by Connor Zanich. Zanich bounces it over to Eddie Puises. Scoops it over to Smitty. Smitty breaks through the double team, comes back out with the ball with 15 to shoot and 27 seconds to go in this quarter final game, and the crowd beginning to applaud this NSU victory. Right corner Gibson, 3 if it goes, in and out. They water that one, the crowd did. The rebound Downer, ahead over to Moreno. He stuffs the ball with the left hand. And was that a steal in a bucket? It looks like it might have been by Downer. I don't think so. That cannot count that. The clock is showing 10.4 seconds to go. He might have just dunked the ball after the dunk by Moreno. So Moreno with the left hand over the left side of the rim. And then this has got to be a delay a game or a technical. That's what it is. It was not a steal. He just tried to do a little showmanship, and he dunked the ball, but he didn't realize that's a delay a game, and a technical was called on him. Now, the truth is he should be gone. That's his 5th. Now, I don't know why they'd keep him in the ball game. He's got to come out. Yep, there it is. Because a technical is a personal he had 4 when he dunked that ball, not thinking that through. Out of the game, Gibson. Out of the game, Dennis. Dennis sits down with 13 points, and Gibson sits down with 22. He had 19 at the half. NSU with the ball, 8.4 seconds to go. This, of course, is NSU's ball after the technical. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Smitty dribbles between the legs. It is all over. The NSU Sharks have advanced to the semifinals of the SSC tournament. They'll take on the winner of the Barry Eckerd game being played up in St. Petersburg. And for the first time in 4 years, the NSU Sharks have won an SSC tournament game. They win it tonight over Richard Schmidt's Tampa team, 95-82, and the drought for Tampa continues. It has been 5 galling years since the Spartans have won an SSC tournament game, and it will be at least 6 because they are now eliminated in this SSC tournament, and the Sharks have advanced, and we'll keep an eye now on the final minutes of the Eckerd-Barry game, and we have a final. Barry has moved on. Barry has moved on, defeating Eckerd. And can you set this up any better? Barry and NSU, 2 great rivals, will be playing here at 5 in the afternoon here at NSU. Remember that NSU swept the season series from Barry, but the Bucks have been playing good basketball in recent weeks. And remember, Barry, too, has been stymied in years past, unable to win an SSC tournament. Barry and NSU have never won an SSC tournament, and those 2 teams, Barry representing Dade County, NSU proudly representing Broward, and the 2 teams will clash here again at the Rick Case Arena in the opening game of the semifinal doubleheader. And this is a final, a buzzer beater by Slinky Jones of Florida Southern, and the Mocs have advanced, defeating St. Leo 80-78, and Florida Southern, the 3rd seed, will play Lynn, the 2nd seed, and Barry, the 5th seed, will play NSU the number 1 seed. So Tom Ryan, well, his SSC season is over, and his SSC coaching career is over. He has announced he would retire, and the record, at least at this point, they should make the NCAA tournament, but not much success tonight, losing to a very good Barry team, 72-68. And Southern went on a 12-5 run to defeat St. Leo. Good win for them. So the number 1 seed advances in NSU. The number 2 seed advances in Lynn. And the number 3 seed, Florida Southern, advances. So the 4th seed is eliminated in Eckerd, and the 5th seed, Barry, moves on. And what a tremendous doubleheader we will have here, beginning at 5 o'clock on Saturday. And would like to get the women's matchups, too, for the earlier games, and we'll get that to you in just a couple minutes. So you look at the Barry-NSU matchup. Well, again, NSU took both games from Barry this year. Last year, Barry won both games from NSU. And they'll be meeting here again for a 3rd time in the semifinals of the SSC tournament. The last time NSU and Barry met in an SSC tournament game, it was forgettable. Barry routed NSU in 2015 in the SSC tournament, 86-54. And that, too, of course, as Max points out, followed the Tampa victory over Tampa back in 2015. So a victory tonight over Tampa. The Sharks will hope that it won't be the same result when they take on Barry Saturday at 5 in the afternoon. We'll get you the women's matchups for the semifinals. The women's Sharks have advanced, and we'll have head coach Jim Crutchfield on right after this on the SSC Digital Network.
What have we here? Another random school of fish. Watch as they mimic each other's every move. Even their own mothers can't tell these fish apart. In this school, there is no room for individualism. These fish live in fear.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Dave Halberstam with head coach Jim Crutchfield following a big win tonight by NSU over Tampa, 95-82. A big turnaround of this ball game, Jim. The team was down. They were down by as many as 8, and there was a 17-point turnaround up until the first half ended. So your team showed a lot of energy and a lot of resilience tonight.
I think it was the energy on the press. That's got to be the difference for us. And I thought we got a few turnovers, got to spark a little bit, and made a few shots. And Tampa's a really good team. They play hard. They're well coached. They got big guys inside that are getting better. They got a guy like Anthony Gamble who's a threat from the perimeter, and he can take the ball to the basket too. Their guards are quick, hard to keep them getting to the rim. So it's quite a challenge. I think they've been good late season. So happy to move on right now.
You surprised us. Connor Zanich was in the starting lineup.
Well, as long as he's going to play, it doesn't make a difference if he starts or comes off the bench. So, if he's going to play, let's put him in, see what he looks like. And, obviously the first few minutes, it looked like he'd been out for a long time. He put the ball on the floor right in front of people and a little nervous. But then he made me look better. He made me look like I knew what I was doing later on because he showed what he can do. He gets his hands on the ball. He's good in the press. He can get to the rim himself, and he can make shots too. So I thought Connor did a good job for being off for so long.
Gamble was uncontainable in that opening half, and that great shot blocker was doing a terrific job. And Marco Downer, he leads the league in block shots, and he was a handful doing a lot of the heavy lifting underneath. And those two guys were tough.
And Downer, he affects a lot of shots too. Not only does he block, he affects shots, and he rebounds well. And Gamble, if you give him a clean look, he's probably going to make it. He set some screens, and we didn't switch it. And we didn't get through it. We went with the wrong guy, and he turned around wide open a couple of times. So that was just bad defense on our part. But you can't play that kind of defense against a guy like Gamble. He will make you pay.
So your team wins its first SSC tournament game in 4 years. The last time they won was over the same Tampa team. Tampa has now gone 5 years without a win in the SSC tournament. But now let's look forward. What a terrific doubleheader it will be here on Saturday at 5 in the afternoon. NSU plays first as the number 1 seed, taking on the number 5 seed in the Barry Buccaneers. Barry went up to Eckerd tonight and won up there, playing tough ball. And Eckerd at home lost to Barry. So here's a team that you swept during the regular season, and you'll be playing them again. And they're certainly on an upswing now. And I'd have to imagine that not the team you were hoping to play.
Yeah, but it's tournament time. You just play who lines up in front of you. And Barry's obviously an outstanding team. Got a few guys back that have been hurt. And Evan Walsh and Tomic have been on the injured list. They're back playing now, so they're at full strength. And, hopefully maybe if Connor has a couple good days, we'll be closer to full strength ourselves. So it's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be a great matchup here. It's going to be a great tournament. We're down to the Final Four. We're happy to be here.
And then that second game will be a dandy as well. You'll have Lynn and Florida Southern. Both were given some terrific challenges tonight. Florida Southern defeated St. Leo 80-78. Slinky Jones, a buzzer beater. And even Lynn, that game was rather close, PBA and Lynn. Lynn won 75-64. And Barry and Eckerd, that game was tight, and Barry held on to defeat Eckerd 72-68. This league is so unpredictable.
And the top 4 seeds, well, I take that back. Barry was a 5/4, but prevailed, but not easily. From here to obviously Lynn and to Florida Southern, 3 nationally ranked teams, and you have to fight like crazy to win a game on your home court against a lower ranked team in the league.
It's interesting. I'm thinking there must have been a full moon out tonight. David Dennis, a 65% free thrower. He was something like 10 of 11 from the stripe. And Marco Downer, a 40% free thrower, didn't miss a free throw.
To his credit, I'm watching him before the game. He's up at the foul line making shot after shot. He's working on his game. He's going to be something else. I really think as a freshman, he's such a natural talent. And David Dennis, same thing. He's been in the gym here shooting free throws every day, focusing, relaxing, and he looked not only just making shots, he looked confident there tonight. So that's good to see.
Coach, one last question and we'll let you go. You have a very good shot of hosting the NCAA tournament right here at the Rick Hayes Arena. Do you think you've locked that up with a win tonight?
I think so.
Good.
I think so. And I've been on those committees before, and kind of familiar with how the point system works, about how you rank teams and strength of schedule and record and versus comparable opponents. And I think we're there, but we'll know for sure on Sunday night when they announce. Sunday night, the ESPN they'll have a show to announce, or CBS will have a show to announce the field for the 64 team tournament.
Now, are you going to have a little party?
That's
your
the
group
rumor.
Going to be together?
The rumor is we're organizing something right here in the arena on Sunday night for anybody that wants to come out and see where we stand as far as the NCAA tournament.
Well, it'll be fun. I think it's at about 10 or 10:30 at night.
I'll have to take a nap then.
Yeah, well, there you
I'll
go.
invite you too.
Yeah,
we both better take naps if we're going to do that.
You're right about that. But we'll see you here Saturday. You've got a couple of days to practice and get set for that one. For the Barry Bucks, it's not much of a commute, but they'll be playing here at NSU on Saturday at 5, and that should be a terrific doubleheader.
I think so.
Congrats
Thanks,
on the win.
Thank you.
All right, head coach Jim Crutchfield following the victory tonight by NSU over Tampa 95-82. The Sharks were led by Mark Matthews with 24 points. Dwayne Gibson had 22. He had 19 at the half. And David Dennis had 13, as did Connor Tonight, and Eddie Puisis had 11. Meanwhile, the game-high honors goes to Tampa's Anthony Gamble with 25. Marco Downer, 19 points and 11 rebounds and 3 block shots. And 13 for Freddie Ibrahim and 10 for Alberto Moreno. For Freddie Ibrahim and for Anthony Gamble, this marks their final game as a member of the Tampa Spartans. They are seniors, and this is it. And they were 2 good performers for Richard Schmidt over the course of their career up in Tampa, and we will miss seeing them. They were both good players. I had a chance to see, at least on video, the senior night festivities up in Tampa, and I can recall watching Gamble and his family being ushered out for the senior night. Same with Freddie Ibrahim, his parents. He's from Canada, and that's what happens. You've got to move on. That's what life is all about. Well, the Sharks will move on. They'll move on to the semifinals on Saturday. They'll take on Barry. What a ball game that should be. Goodness gracious. And it's the best bargain in town. You'll have 2 games for the women, 2 games for the men, all with one single admission. You can't find a better bargain in sports, and it's not very expensive, and even the drinks and the refreshments don't cost much. So you'll enjoy it, and we can give you the entire lineup and the brackets heading into Saturday. We'll tell you that the men at 5 in the afternoon will have NSU and Barry, and then in the game that follows, it will be Lynn and Florida Southern. Now, for the women, and that game, those games will begin, I believe, at 1 or 1:30. And NSU will take on Embry-Riddle. No, they beat Embry-Riddle. Who do they play? We'll get that. All right, we're going to get that. Jumped ahead of myself here a little bit. But the NSU women did defeat Embry-Riddle 85-79 earlier tonight, so it's a great win, and a great win for the women and the men, as the Sharks have swept the doubleheader tonight. Both the men and the women have won. So it's at 12 noon? Is that what it looks like? No, I think that's wrong. Oh, maybe it is. 12 noon. That's what it is. So my apologies. And the Sharks will take on Florida Southern, and that game will be at noon. And then the second game of the doubleheader will follow. So 4 games here on Saturday, beginning at high noon. Get up early and come out here, and you'll have a great time. All right, well, that just about does it. The final score here, Nova Southeastern 95 and the NSU Sharks 82. The Sharks move on to the semifinals for the first time in 4 years. For Troy Valeriano, Max Gallner, and our entire crew, I'm Dave Halberstam saying so long on the SSC Digital Network.